Manchester United fans, Marcus Rashford is back. After an incredible 611-day wait, Rashford finally stepped onto the pitch for Manchester United again. But this was not the perfect comeback story. Manchester United lost 4-2 to AC Milan in their final pre-season match, and while Rashford's return was one of the biggest talking points of the night, it also created a huge question from Michael Carrick. What happens to Marcus Rashford now? Because this is not simply a story about one friendly match. This is about the future of one of Manchester United's biggest stars. Rashford returned to the pitch after spending time away from Old Trafford, including loan spells at Barcelona and Aston Villa. And after all the uncertainty surrounding his future, seeing him back in a United shirt was always going to attract enormous attention. But there is a twist. Rashford's future at Manchester United is still not completely clear, and that is what makes the situation so interesting. According to reports following the AC Milan game, Rashford's future remains uncertain despite his return. So Manchester United fans are now asking a very simple question. Could Rashford actually stay? There are reasons to believe that possibility has become more realistic. First, the relationship between Rashford and the club appears to have changed. The circumstances surrounding his previous departure were very different, but under Michael Carrick, Rashford has been welcomed back into the group, and that matters. Footballers need confidence. They need to feel trusted. They need to believe the manager wants them. And if Carrick can get Rashford playing with confidence again, Manchester United could potentially have a completely different attacking option available. Remember what Rashford can do when he is at his best. Pace, power, direct running, finishing, movement behind defenders, and the ability to score from distance. These are qualities that Manchester United cannot simply ignore. And that is exactly what Harry Maguire highlighted. After the AC Milan match, Maguire publicly expressed his hope that Rashford stays at Manchester United. He described Rashford as a huge threat and believes he can make the team better. That is a significant message, because this is not coming from a random outside observer. This is coming from one of Rashford's teammates. Maguire has played alongside Rashford for years. He knows what Rashford can offer. He has seen him score important goals. He has seen him destroy defenders with his pace, and he understands how dangerous Rashford can be when he is confident. So when Maguire says he hopes Rashford stays, Manchester United fans should pay attention. But there is still another side to this story. Rashford did not start against AC Milan. He came off the bench, and that could be important. Because if Carrick genuinely sees Rashford as a key part of his plans, fans will want to know exactly where he fits. Does he start on the left? Does he play centrally? Can he play as a striker? Or does he become an impact substitute? These questions are now becoming extremely important. And there is another interesting detail. Rashford wore the number 9 shirt during the AC Milan friendly, although reports indicate that his shirt situation for the new season is different. That has created even more discussion around his role. Could Carrick be considering Rashford as a striker? Could he be used alongside Matheus Cunha? Could Bruno Fernandes play behind them? Could United potentially have a front three involving Rashford, Cunha, and another attacking player? There are plenty of possibilities, and that is why this situation could be one of the most important stories of Manchester United's summer. Because if Rashford stays, Carrick suddenly has another major attacking weapon. But if Rashford leaves, United need to think about replacing his goals, pace, and experience. That decision cannot be taken lightly. Manchester United have already made changes to the squad. They have brought in new players. They are trying to create a team capable of competing in the Premier League and Champions League. And Carrick has already made it clear that he wants more from his squad. But the AC Milan defeat exposed some problems. United scored twice. They still lost 4-2. The team struggled defensively, and Carrick admitted there is plenty to work on. That means the focus cannot simply be on Rashford. There are other areas that need improvement. But Rashford could potentially help solve one of them. Goals. Manchester United need goals. They need players who can turn chances into goals. They need attackers who can create something when the team is struggling. And Rashford has already demonstrated that he can do exactly that. The problem is consistency. That is the biggest question. Can Carrick get the best version of Marcus Rashford back? Because Manchester United do not need the Rashford who looks uncertain. They need the Rashford who attacks defenders, the Rashford who makes runs behind the defense, the Rashford who demands the ball, the Rashford who believes he is going to score. If Carrick can unlock that player again, keeping Rashford could suddenly make a lot of sense. But if Rashford cannot rediscover his best form, United may decide that a transfer is still the right solution. And that is why the next few weeks could be crucial. The transfer window is still open. Other clubs could still show interest. United could still receive offers, and Rashford's own decision will matter. Does he want to fight for his place? Does he want a fresh start somewhere else? Does he believe Carrick can rebuild his confidence? And perhaps most importantly, does Carrick believe Rashford can become an important player for Manchester United again? That is the question. And the AC Milan match may have only been the beginning. Because now Carrick has actually seen Rashford back on the pitch. He has seen him train, he has seen him compete, and now he has more information to make the decision. That brings us to part 2, because if Rashford stays, Manchester United's attack could look very different, and there is one potential partnership that could be extremely exciting. Let's talk about what Marcus Rashford staying at Manchester United could actually mean. The first possibility is that Carrick uses him from the left. This is the position where Rashford has spent much of his Manchester United career. From there, he can receive the ball wide, he can attack fullbacks, he can cut inside, and he can make runs into the box. But there is another possibility. Rashford could play centrally, and this could be extremely interesting. Manchester United have attacking players who can create chances behind the striker. Bruno Fernandes is one of them. Matheus Cunha can also operate in different attacking positions, and Rashford has the pace to play on the shoulder of the defense. Imagine Bruno receiving the ball between the lines, Cunha dropping deeper, Rashford making a run behind the center-back. That movement could create serious problems. It would give United a direct attacking threat, and it would force defenders to make difficult decisions. Do they follow Cunha? Do they stay with Bruno? Or do they track Rashford? That is the kind of attacking movement Manchester United need. But there is another important factor. Rashford already knows the club. He knows the Premier League. He knows Old Trafford. He knows the pressure. He knows what it means to play for Manchester United. If United sold him, they would have to find someone else with those qualities. That would not be easy, and it could potentially cost a lot of money. So keeping Rashford could actually be the cheaper option, but only if Carrick believes he can get him back to his best. That's the gamble. Manchester United could either sell Rashford and move forward with a new attacker, or keep him and try to rebuild his confidence. And right now, the AC Milan appearance gives Carrick an opportunity to evaluate that option. Rashford's return was emotional for many supporters. He had not played for United for a long time, and seeing him back in the red shirt created a very different atmosphere. Even though the team lost, the return itself was significant, and there were signs that his teammates still have respect for him. Reports noted positive interactions between Rashford and players including Bruno Fernandes and Luke Shaw. That matters, because football is not only about tactics. The dressing room matters, relationships matter, confidence matters. If Rashford feels comfortable around the squad again, that could help him enormously. And if the players believe in him, that can make a difference. Maguire's comments are another example. He wants Rashford to stay. He believes Rashford can help the team, and he sees him as a huge threat. So perhaps the biggest question now is not whether Rashford has ability. Everyone knows he has ability. The question is whether he can consistently show it. That's where Carrick comes in. Carrick needs to decide how much responsibility to give him. If he gives Rashford too much too quickly, there is a risk. But if he gives him no opportunity, Rashford may decide that leaving is better. The solution could be gradual. Give him minutes. Let him build fitness. Let him regain confidence. Then increase his role if his performances improve. That could be the perfect approach. And Manchester United have time to make that decision, but not unlimited time. The season is about to begin. United's first Premier League match is coming, and Carrick needs to know which players he can rely on. He cannot enter the season with uncertainty surrounding a major attacking player. So Rashford's next few weeks are going to be extremely